stats. We have more TCA stats. We're going to go out to Sage with the TCS Futurist, Frank Dine. I'm just going to say, Sage, all these stats, right? Who's
Yes.
the running nerd now?
That would still be you, John Anderson. All of you actually up there in the booth are all brilliant. Okay, talk about brilliant. Frank Diana is the resident futurist. That's fair to say, brilliant. He's the smart one of this conversation. At Tata Consultancy Services, the resident futurist. And I didn't ask him this before because I wanted the genuine answer on live TV. What the heck is a futurist?
I get that question all the time. I don't have a crystal ball, and I can't give you the winning lottery ticket numbers either. So I get those questions all the time.
Okay, I'm done with you. Leave.
So if you look it up, a futurist is one that supposedly predicts possible futures. I don't believe that. I believe in this day and age you can only envision possible futures and look at all the factors at play and somehow try to pull them together in ways that point us into a direction.
Okay, and that's the thing is it's constantly evolving then with what you're doing. And you look at the sport of running and how many strides it truly has made in the last several years. So from a technological standpoint, tell us where you think it is now and where it's headed from that perspective.
So now, as you can tell, the experience is improving, right? So we got a TCS app that pulls you right into the running experience, and that's today. Tomorrow will be much more immersive in that experience, and I'll think about the gaming community and how real those games are to them. You're going to be able to run right next to your favorite runner or your family member in the future.
So cool. And by the way, was that maybe advanced a little bit through the pandemic because that's all we had?
Pandemic accelerated everything, and so from a technology perspective, it clearly virtually being present has been accelerated by the pandemic.
And I feel like so many other people got into running and got into this because of the pandemic, which again, we're trying to find silver linings still with that whole thing, and I think that is a positive. The sport of running obviously brings a lot of joy, Frank, but it's tough on the body, and we want to continue to see medical advances. What can you tell us now about that and the pain that people truly do endure as they're out there and how we're trying to help that?
Yeah, well, so first, if you've heard of digital twins or digital replicas of our hearts, our brains, our noses, you start to understand the stress that running places on those organs and how you deal with that, how you improve upon that, right? So in the future, we're going to have so much more intelligence around the sport of running, how it impacts our bodies, and what we do about that in terms of rapid recovery, avoiding injury. It's just fascinating stuff.
So that means there's hope for people like me to get out and win the New York City Marathon.
Always hope.
Thank you so much, Frank Diana. Thank you for joining us here and offering some perspective. See now, John, we know what a resident futurist is.
I know, I thought he was going to tell us who was going to win and we could all just pack it in and go home. We just put the TV on and just watch it the rest of the way. There you see the women on the